I have made the improbable prediction that I believe by the time we get to December 31st, 2023, that the number one movie of 2023, box office wise, is going to be not Fast 10, not Indiana Jones, no Marvel film, no DC film. I think it's going to be Super Mario Brothers. And until I see it, I am standing by that prediction. Now, if it were, it doesn't need to have a record-breaking opening weekend. I mean, look at the two Avatar films. Both Avatar 1 and 2 had good opening weekends. Like no record-breaking opening weekends. And especially for something that's a family film, like Super Mario Brothers, this thing's going to have legs. Again, this is all predicated on the assumption that the movie's going to be good. If it's not, it changes things. But it would help it to have a good start out of the gate. And well, right now, it may be on track to be the biggest opening weekend of the year so far, outpacing that of a big Marvel film in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, as reports are now coming out that the projections right now for Super Mario Brothers is 85 to 90 million. And they're saying all the major trades, the analysts are saying that is lowballing it. That is lowballing it. They think as we get closer, you're going to see the opening weekend projections for this thing to blow up and expand. Now, right now, as we speak, the number one opening, I think the number 3 opening weekend of the year was Scream 6 with about a $44 million opening weekend. The second biggest opening weekend of the year so far is Creed 3 with a $54, $55, $56 million opening weekend. But the biggest opening weekend of the year so far, by far, was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania with a $106 million opening weekend. I believe, and the analysts from the trades believe, that this is going to surpass the $106 million. But there is a problem. And the problem is, it's a matter of in mathematical semantics, because they moved up the release date for Super Mario Brothers by 2 days, which means instead of coming out on a Friday, it's actually coming out on a Wednesday, which means really instead of coming out on a Thursday night, it's really going to come out on Tuesday night. And those numbers will not count towards its opening weekend numbers. So by the time it gets to its first weekend, a lot of people will have already seen it. Not the majority of people, but a lot of people have already seen it. So it's going to have a big opening week. But by definition, its proper opening weekend numbers could take a little bit of a hit because of its early release. Now, at the end of the day, Universal does not care about what the opening weekend numbers were if the opening week was awesome. And I think you're going to see a big, big opening week. I think when you look at the insane response that the trailers have gotten, still, when I'm in the movie theater and that trailer plays, that is the trailer that gets the biggest pop. At every audience I've seen a movie that has had that trailer play, always, when you see the passion and the tears coming out of people's eyes when they walk into Super Nintendo World at Universal, like you see people coming through the tube and then coming out and then instantly start weeping. Like, it's great. You are literally talking about a multi-generational IP where your grandparents, your parents, you and your kids have played Super Mario Brothers. They say this thing is tracking extremely well with all children under 13. It's tracking extremely well with males under 25. And it's tracking extremely high with families, they define as. This movie's going to make a lot of money. It's going to have a big opening weekend. I don't think record-shattering opening weekend, but we'll see. Rob, you saw these reports that they're talking about the tracking numbers, all the kinds of big opening week. Where do you think Super Mario Brothers is going to fall?
Dude, this movie's going to open to 150 million 5 days.
No.
Yeah.
5 days.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's even I think that's big.
No,
you think so? 150?
This movie, just like you said, this is one of these movies where even the trackers, I think this is going to be an outlier in the sense that
I love that shot, by the way.
the people that are looking at this movie do not understand how big this movie's actually going to be, I think. Because of the reasons that you said. I mean, this is a multi-generational family film that goes all the way back, we just saw, to Donkey Kong. I mean, Donkey Kong, I was playing Donkey Kong 45 years ago. Was it 45 years ago it came out? I mean, Donkey Kong came out on ColecoVision. You know, there was Atari 2600 in television and ColecoVision. I mean, this goes back 40 plus years. Everyone's going to go see this movie. And I think 150 million 5 days.
Rob's going cosplaying.
And also starring Robert Meyer Burnett as Toad the script reader.
I'm telling you.
I just realized you have a pencil in his hand.
Yeah.
That's odd. And scripts in the other hand.
By the way, I got a script yesterday.
How was it, Rob? How was it?
I mean, this is why, like, people look at me like I'm crazy when I say it, but and again, I may go see this movie and say, look, it's all right, but it's not going to get the 3 or 4 repeat viewings that I thought maybe it could. Look, I'll change my mind once I see the movie, maybe, but for now, I may not be as optimistic as you as 150 million opening 5 days. I think it's going to be more legs if it's good, but I'll tell you, this movie's going to be huge.
When does it open?
April, what is it, April 5th?
Let me
Taylor,
double check that because
Taylor, if you can
So
look,
it's 3 weeks out?
yeah, I think it was going to open April 7th, and then they moved it up a couple of days to Wednesday, April the 5th.
Yeah, April 5th.
April 5th is what we're sitting on right now. So it's just a few weeks away. Dude, what? Listen, we came out of the movies yesterday, and I remember Ray saying, this has been like the best month of movies he's ever had because he went to go see Creed. We saw 65, which we really liked. We saw Scream 6. Then we just came out of really liking Shazam. We got John Wick coming up this month. We got Dungeons and Dragons that we're going to see on Sunday. And then even once the month is done, we're rolling right into Super Mario Brothers. I mean, this has been
To be fair,
this
though,
has been the best 5-week stretch that we've had since the pandemic
I'm
started.
still going to say it.
What's that?
To be fair, though, Ray's trying something new, staying awake during movies.
Yes, it's a brand new thing he's trying out. He's, I'll give this a shot. I'll try staying awake.
This is
But listen,
great.
when it's a movie he likes, it's keeping him awake.
I know. I know what it is now. It's the Dolby Theater.
Dopamine.
The
Dolby Theater's pretty, yeah.
Those
Chipotle.
seats. If you can't fall asleep on those seats, I don't know what's wrong with you.
But we were in those seats
Yeah, I
yesterday.
know.
You stayed awake?
And I fell asleep for like 5 minutes.
Oh, you did?
I did it right in the beginning.
Oh,
My
right at the
aunt told
beginning.
me everything that happened. So
So there
I didn't
you
miss
go.
much. I didn't
No,
miss much.
But seriously, since the pandemic started, we have not had a 5-week stretch of like great, like it's all subjective, of course, but to us, really enjoyable movie going experiences every single week. Like we just haven't had it in 3 years.
this could end up being the best month of movies for me in my entire life. Actually,
You're gonna be exhausted.
if John Wick and Dungeons and Dragons, I like those. This could be the greatest movie month of my life
Dungeons and Dragons is great.
that I can remember. I don't.
Wait, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it last night. It's my second favorite movie of the year, only behind Scream 6, you guys. I was busting up the whole movie. It's perfect. I don't know
Let's go.
anything about Dungeons and Dragons, but now I want to play. It's so good.
Well, we're going to see it on Sunday, so watch for our out of the theater reaction. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? There's some big numbers being projected, maybe the biggest of the year so far, beating out an Ant-Man MCU movie. Where do you think this Super Mario Brothers is going to end up? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to thank a sponsor of this video, MasterClass. MasterClass offers classes on a wide variety of topics, all taught by world-class instructors at the very top of their fields. Each class is broken out into individual video lessons, usually around 10 minutes long. And MasterClass is completely accessible on your phone, the web, smart TV, and available via audio mode to listen to classes on the go. They have over 2,500 video lessons from over 180 of today's most brilliant minds. They're all available anytime, anywhere on iOS, Android, desktop, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. Now, obviously around here on the John Campea Show, we love our movies, so why not learn filmmaking from Jodie Foster, or maybe directing from Ron Howard himself, or the great Neil Gaiman doing his class on the art of storytelling. And you guys have heard me talk about my favorite class, Business Strategy and Leadership by Big Papa Iger himself, Bob Iger, the new and returning CEO of Disney. So guys, I highly recommend that you check it out. Get unlimited access to every class, and as a John Campea Show listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. Just go to masterclass.com/Campea now. That's masterclass.com/Campea for 15% off Masterclass.